Hi guys, welcome to programmingdomain.com, and in this video I'll be automating Spicejet.com. And if you're wondering who I am, let me introduce myself. My name is Chan Prakash Tiwari. I'm a software engineer and having approximately 3 years of experience in software testing and automation. So that's it from my side. Let's begin the video. So to begin with, let me tell you that I won't be providing you the setup or the installation part in this video. So there are some prerequisites and you should have Python installed in your system, number one, and number two, that you should have PyCharm, which is the ID for writing Python code. So this is the PyCharm IDE which I was talking about, and I've already created a project here with the name Selenium Python, as you can see it. But if you don't know how to create one, you can go to File, New Project, and give the project name and press Create. The project will be created for you. So the next thing what I'll do is I'll install Selenium packages in here in my project. So I'll right click here in the root directory and open in terminal. Here our terminal will be open. Now to see the list of packages that are installed in your project, you have to give command pip list. This will give a list of packages that are in your project. So as you can see, we have just these two packages here. Now to install Selenium, you have to give command pip install Selenium. This will install Selenium in your project. So let's wait for it. It will take some time. So as you can see that Selenium is installed in our project. So let's recheck it by using the command pip list, and as you can see, Selenium is installed in our system. You can also check it in here. So you'll click this arrow, you'll go to the environment, and inside the library you'll see site packages, and inside here you can see we have Selenium available here in our project. So the next thing what you'll do is you will download Chrome driver in your system. I've already downloaded Chrome driver in my system, but if you don't know how to download it, you can go to Google Chrome and search for Chrome driver download, something like that. It will pop up. Here you can see downloads Chrome driver, and here you will have different versions of Chrome driver. You can pick any of them, so it should be in sync with your browser itself. So once you have downloaded the Chrome driver, you have to go to your project, you have to click new and make a directory and name it drivers. So what I'll do is I'll copy my driver, Chrome driver, from here, and let's copy it. I'll copy my driver and paste it in this drivers directory so that I can refer to it here in my Python script. Now in this file we'll write our Selenium scripts. So the first thing that you have to do is you have to import WebDriver from Selenium. So you need to write from Selenium import WebDriver. So the above statement will import WebDriver from the Selenium package. Now what you need to do is you need to create an object of Chrome driver. So how you can create an object is by writing this line, driver equals to WebDriver dot Chrome, and inside this we'll pass the driver path as a parameter. So we'll go here and we'll right click here and we'll copy and copy path. You can copy either absolute path or path from context root. I'll copy the path from context root and I'll paste it here. Let's test whether it is working or not by driver.get, and I'll pass the URL here, www.spicejet.com, and save. Let's see whether it runs or not. Let's test it first. Run Spicejet test. It's beginning its execution now. So nice. That means it is running. Let's close this. Next is I'll maximize the browser from here. Driver dot maximize window. This will maximize the browser. Let's set the implicit wait to driver dot implicitly wait. Let's say it's 10 seconds. I know it's way more, but let's give it 10. Let's do one thing. Let's move these two lines above driver.get. This is because I want to maximize the window before actually opening the URL. And now let's go to Spicejet and let me show you what I'm going to do here today. So what I'll do is I will be doing this search operation here. So I'll be selecting this from text box or whatever it is, and I'll select Delhi from this drop down, and this drop down will be automatically populated, and I'll click on Dehradun here and I'll select a date, let's say 26. I'll select the number of passengers, let it be 2, and then I'll click on search. So this is the process what I'll do here in this video. So let's move ahead with our code here. So what do we need next is let's move back. So what do we need is this input box. So whatever the box is, I don't know yet. So let's inspect it, and while inspecting we have ID here. Yeah, so this should be fairly simple. So let's do one thing. Let's copy that ID here, which we copied from there. So we've copied ID from here to here. So if you don't know, hash is used for comments in Python, one-liner comments. So now we'll use this ID. What we'll do is we will find that element, driver.find element by ID, and we'll pass this ID, and we'll paste it here, and then we'll click on it. So this will click on that particular ID, particular box, sorry. So now after clicking on that box, what we have to do is we have to select a city from this drop down, and I'll select this Delhi. So I'll inspect on it and let's see where it is. So it is a anchor tag with the value of Delhi. We don't have any IDs here or classes, so I'll try and grab it with the value. So let's create an XPath for this. Control F here, slash slash, it is a, and at the rate value is equals to Delhi. This will select, this is the XPath that will select that city. So let's copy this XPath and paste it here. Let's use our comments again, and now let's find that through XPath and copy this from here and pass this on here, and we'll click on it. So let's try and run this and let's see if it works or not. So let's right click here and let's run Spicejet test. Let's see if it works. So it's opening. The browser is opened and it is maximized. The URL is opened. And it is, it has clicked on the from box. And it clicked on Delhi too. Now we have to select the city from the two drop down, right? So let's close this out and let's open our browser where we have already opened it. And now what we'll do is, suppose we have selected this Delhi and this box will be opened automatically. So we need to select another city from it. So let's inspect this Dehradun and let's inspect and let's see. Same thing here. We don't have any ID or class names, so I'll select again with value. The value here is DED. So instead of DEL, we'll select DED. So there are two elements, and I guess first one might be of the first box. So we would have to select the second one only. So what I'll do is I'll wrap this up and I'll select the second one by giving the index. Now there is only one of one matches. So let's copy this and let's paste it here. This will be our second one where we'll click. Let's copy this because I'm too lazy to do. My tongue is slipping to do that. Again, Control C, and we will paste it here. So that's it, I guess. Let's run it again and let's see what is happening with our code. So let's run it again. Hope so everything goes well. So it opened and now the URL is also open. Selected Delhi, selected Dehradun. Yeah, that looks good. Now we have to select date. So for selecting the date, I will use JavaScript executor because if I use Selenium, I will have to, iterate through the dates, which I don't want to do. Because if I suppose I want to select a particular date, say August 10th. So I will have to navigate through all these dates, iterate through these all dates and go to there, which will be a lengthy process I guess. So I don't want to make things complicated. Let's keep it simple. Let's use JavaScript executor for doing this. So let's inspect the date by right clicking here. Maybe not from here. Let's close this window out. Let's go to our previously open browser, and from tool let's select this also because we have done it. And in the date I'll just right click here and inspect the element, and seems an input box, but I want to change the value directly from JavaScript executor. So the value is currently 22620. What I'll do is I'll grab this ID, Control C, I'll go to my Python, I'll first comment this date, and what I'll do is I will execute JavaScript using the driver object, driver dot execute script. Let's give it a double quotes, and the second thing is you can pass argument in it. And what argument should I pass? I will pass the from date, and the from date, which we haven't declared it yet, will come from here. From date would be equal to driver dot find element by ID, and we'll pass the state here inside this. Now let's go to our execute script and write a script in here. Arguments of 0, and this arguments of 0 will be taken from date. So from date will be set in the arguments 0 place. So argument 0 dot set attribute, and what we'll do is we'll set the value of the attribute to a particular date. Suppose we want of 29, 06 and 2020. So this will be our date. Now if you want to pass this as an argument, you can do that also. So what you can do is you can say date is equals to something like 29, 06 and 2020, and this will be set by, let's use a plus sign here and double quotes here and date, and double quotes here too, and a plus here. So the reason is that you will have this date sent from one of the data files, test data files, so you can directly take that data from your file and place it here. So it will be dynamic. So whatever you want to pass here, you can pass. So this code will be something like this. Will look like in the JavaScript. It will look something like this. From date dot set attribute, and of value would be equal to the date 29/06/2020. So this both are equivalent. So let's move on with our code. Now that we have selected the date, now what we have to do is we have to click on these passengers. So let's inspect it, and we have the ID here too. Control C. Let's first copy my ID here, and then I'll find this ID, driver dot find element by ID, and I'll give the same ID here itself, and I'll click that uh, whatever it is that is a div. I'll click that div. So let's move on with our program. So now that we have clicked on passengers, we have to click on this adult and select the number of adults. So I'll inspect this element, and this is a select, and I'll copy the ID and I'll paste it here first. And for using select, actually we have to import it first using this import which I've already added. So let's move on and let's give it a variable first. Adult count is equals to select, and what we'll do is we'll find this element first. So driver dot find element by ID, and we'll pass this ID here. Control C and Control V. So this will be our select. Now what we'll do is we'll select the number of elements from here. So we have various method in select class. So select dot, not select dot, we have adult count dot select by visible text, and I'll pass 2 for 2 adults. Now let's move on to the browser, and if you want to select child or infants, you can do that, but I will not do it, I guess. I will move on to the next one. So I think this is the last one, and this is the search box, the search button in which we'll click. We'll inspect it, and we have the ID here. Let's copy the ID and let's find that element, driver dot find element by ID, and we'll pass the ID here and we'll click on it. So I guess this is it. Now let's run it and check if everything went good or not. So let's run it by right clicking here and run Spicejet test. Let's hope that everything goes well. So the browser is open with the specified URL, and from is selected, to is selected, and it stopped. Something is wrong here. Let's go through the code. Yeah. So the error is element click intercepted exception, and message element click intercepted element div. So this is where seems to be a problem. Is not clickable at point. Let's go back, and yeah, how will our element be clickable if the calendar itself is not closed? So we need to find a way to close this calendar, and so we can do that by clicking on anywhere inside this web page. So I'll click, let's say here, and our date is also coming wrong, 1997. Let's go back to our code and let's see if what have we passed in our date? It's 29/06/2020, and the set attribute is single quotes here, single quotes. Oh, we have directly given the date and have not passed single quotes here. So let's pass single quote here and single quote here. That will do with the date, but for this problem we have to click anywhere on the document before clicking on the passengers. So what I'll do is here I will say driver dot find element by xpath, and I'll select body with the relative xpath and say dot click, and this will do it, I guess. Let's hope so. Let's rerun the tests and let's hope everything goes well. So the browser is already opened here. Sorry. So it's selected from, no, yeah, from selected Dehradun, date also selected, adult also selected, and it clicked on search. So our mission for today is completed. We have successfully automated the search functionality of spicejet.com, and if you guys need any help regarding anything on Selenium with Python or Java, you can comment down below, or if you want any specific video to be made for you guys, you can also comment that down below also. And if you like this video, you can subscribe to my channel. So that's it from my side for today, and thank you very much.